I am almost ready.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, there
God.
he is.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
Getting set up
baby.
here.
Oh,
Fuck.
Jesus Christ, he's even more handsome on a moving camera.
How are y'all?
My man.
Doing well.
How are we? How are you? How is everyone? Happy belated Father's Day, you handsome bastard.
Yes. Same to y'all.
Why, thank you. Jordan, how are you doing today?
Doing well. I've been super productive today. Got 3 episodes of the podcast exported and ready for upload, and got 2 of those uploaded and scheduled. So I'm excited about that.
God
Very
dang, man.
exciting.
Y'all are
Very nice.
fucking crazy.
Well, we're just hoping that one day we can get rich talking shit or something like that. Yeah, that's kind of the plan. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Joe Rogan made it look good.
He made it look real easy. Apparently, you just talk shit and
Yeah, and pop LSD, you know?
shit. I don't know. So, my man, Dacotah, where are you working today?
Texas state line.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's where I was today, running crews, and
Oh, okay, cool.
so it was a fun one. Get to go to the dunes every day.
Is it warm out there right now? I have no idea what the weather's like for you.
Oh shit, it got like, yeah, no, it was 105 today in the afternoon.
God damn, that sounds hot.
Damn.
Yeah, that's most of us are skinny down here. We sweat all the time.
Fair.
So it's not often to see somebody that's overweight down there, you said?
Oh, well, I mean, you do because there's a lot of Mexican food down here. So that kind of outweighs the sweating your ass off every day because you eat a bunch of burritos and tamales. So you kind of, if you decide to go one way on the teeter-totter, you know, you're going to fall off. So,
Man, I would be lying if I said I didn't devour at least 4 boxes of ice cream sandwiches over the last 3 or 4 days. It was not a pretty sight in my household.
there you go.
I don't think my bathroom scale likes me very much, but YOLO, whatever. What you do? You just smoke pot and eventually it works off again.
Yeah.
My man. Fucking, I've noticed by looking at your Instagram, by just talking to you, that you clearly have a very good grasp on the fitness game. How in the fuck are you so strong? I've seen you push some of those plates, man. You're a beast. Like when I was at my fittest, I would do 4 plates on that chest press machine that you do all the time. And my fucking shoulders would just be like popping and as I'm pushing. So I'm just like, God damn, how did he do that?
Man, I was at my strongest right before the quarantine, and I was working out with he's my boss now, but working out with him, and we would just stay in the gym for hours on end and keep moving. His mentality was move heavy shit and move it around a lot. Like there was no schedule, nothing planned. He's just like, yeah, that's gonna fucking hurt. Let's lift it, you know. And, so right before they quarantined us, I pushed up 350 on bench, and that's my best so far.
Wow.
But no, he just works out and keeps lifting till your joints hurt, pretty much.
Yeah, he just goes heavy all the time.
Yeah, and we eat a shitload of food, eat all day, just get a shitload of calories in us. So it's definitely not healthy for me, but I really don't give a shit because I love food. So, it works for me.
Any excuse to eat, I'm fully behind it. My God,
Yes.
There's our man Dacotah looking fine. That's his Instagram page, everybody.
Oh my God.
There we go. If you go through his page, you'll see how gorgeous and handsome this bastard is. There he is. There he is with the shirt off. There he is. But,
yeah, you can see right when I kicked off with the beard struggle because I kind of heavily did it at the beginning, and then now not so much.
Ah, fair.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. We've all been a part of that brand ambassador program for a bit, and everybody kind of has their own style. I like how, like, some people are like they're trying to find their niche and their real. Like me, I'm trying to do my cartoon stuff, and I don't know why I'm so into that. Dude, I don't know why I'm so into that lately. I smoke a joint, and then I just sit there like this.
No, I love it.
An hour and a half, and then I just figure shit out and do some work. I appreciate that. Thank you. But, I like how some people are just like real casual. Like, this is me. I'm handsome. I have a beard. It's fucking big dick energy. Take it or leave it.
I even made fun of it in one of my stories. I took a picture. I'm just like looking off at this. I'm typing the text. This is a picture of me looking out my windshield at nothing for y'all. You know? What the fuck are you looking at?
Dude, there's a picture that you can find on my page. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere on there. And I put like the Beard Struggle logo up in the corner to try and distract people from the fact I'm sitting in my truck, and I'm like, don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. And it's fucking funny, man. Oh, Jordan.
Here it is.
God bless you, soul. Dude, what the hell is it?
You were hitting me with fighting and just these majestic pictures, and then you hit me with the comic ones, and I love those comic ones.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that one right there. Right there. It's on the left-hand side.
Oh, this one, yeah.
That one right there. That one right there. You see the handle in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, do you know what's funny, though? That's one of my most liked photos.
Yeah,
people love that
324.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think I put a promo
about
on that one.
Well, like, have y'all, I don't know about y'all, but some of the pictures that you don't plan for at all are some of the best pictures for people to comment and like, and you're like, what the hell? I didn't put anything into that. Mm-hmm. And the ones you work really hard at go to shit. And I don't understand it. I don't.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. Mitch mentioned that too. He was just like, man, like all my photos are unplanned. Like if I try and do one that's planned, it just turns out to be a bag of dicks and dog shit. And I'm like, totally. That's totally what it turns out to be.
Yeah.
What I actually do is I don't actually take any pictures. I actually take fucking ridiculously long videos. And then I just go to all the parts in the video and I take snapshots of all the best parts. And it is so hard sometimes because you need like a second in between a second, if that makes any sense. So you're like trying to cut the clip in half, but you can't find it, and it's right there, and you're like, fuck!
Yep. Oh, editing.
Yeah.
Yes, Jordan's been suffering a lot lately with editing. His computer's about to fucking explode.
Well, dude, the Jon Snow picture I saw, badass. You know, I love it.
Thanks. Yeah, that one I actually did on my phone, just because I just got the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, so it's like a monstrous phone. So I was just kind of playing around with Photoshop, and I was like, "Ooh, this looks cool," and then like it turned out so good.
Is that Jon Snow or is that Ethelstan?
No, that one it was Ethelstan.
Fuck, he's so right though. I looked up a picture of Jon Snow and I was like, oh my god, it's so fucking true.
I just got done watching Game of Thrones and I'm back on Vikings now. I was like, oh my god, you know, he's fucking gonna protect us on the wall.
Can I ask, as somebody that has never watched Game of Thrones, I've watched Vikings, but I have never seen even one episode of Game of Thrones. I don't know who the fuck anybody is in that show.
Same here.
Okay,
is it worth me buying a quarter ounce of weed and just binge watching it in my room for a weekend? Because
yes.
Yes.
fucking dragons. There's dragons. All right. And the first season, I don't know how they filled so many tits and dick through like. I'm not kidding. The first season is a porno. It's soft porn, and that's how they reeled everyone in off of the first season, and then the second season it just went nothing. They're like, okay, no more TNA for you. You know, we got you in. You paid for it, so enjoy watching.
Shit. Oh
Yeah.
shit, that's funny.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that's awesome.
But no, it's a good show for sure. I liked it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
That sold me on it right there. It's funny you mentioned that. Have you ever watched Spartacus? Not like the old one, not the old movie one, but like the TV show that's about 4 seasons long. Dude, that show has so much dick and tits in it. It is so funny. Like, I remember when they did the scene where they cut the guy's dick off because they're just like, you're a piece of shit. We don't like you. And there's fucking like blood squirting out of where his dick used to be. And I'm like, whoa, that's hardcore, bro. Like, whoa.
Damn.
Well, that was bad about Game of Thrones. I was watching that when my wife was watching Shameless. And I don't know how it worked every time, but every time we walked into the room on each other, it was a fucking sex scene. So she's like, what the hell are you watching? I was like, I don't know. There's dragons and shit. I'm just going to keep with it. I walk in on her, and it's a bunch of drugged out, just homeless children always having sex. And you're like, okay, this is just weird. You know, we need to stop this. We need to stop it now. I don't like it.
Yikes.
Do you and your wife have that it's not even an issue, it's just fucking funny. Do you guys have that come up often where like you or something and she's like,
what?
Oh,
sorry, you paused.
Oh, I was saying, does this happen often between you and your wife where like she picks a show and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then like you pick a movie or something and she's like, oh God, what are we watching here?
All the time. And then whoever says, what the fuck is this, eventually gets reeled in with it and they get more involved. Started watching it. So there's a couple of probably shows I'm not proud of to admit that I've watched the whole seasons because of her. And I'm like, what happens to the fucking doctor? You know, did he die or what? So we suck each other in. It always happens like that.
Dude, go ahead, Jordan.
No, I was just gonna say that's funny.
Oh, I have an embarrassing story about the first time my dad ever met one of my first serious girlfriends. I was like 15 and I loved this girl. I wanted to marry her. I was like, I want to get this bitch pregnant. Like God, she was so man. Yeah. If you're listening, I'm sorry. You gave horrible blowjobs, but you were a sweet girl. But yeah, no, it was fucking. Where my sister and my mom really liked the OC. I don't know if you ever heard of that show. It was a fucking.
No.
It's all about living in Orange County and drugs and.
I feel like I've heard the name.
Yeah, it's about like their kids and rich problems and bullshit.
Okay.
And essentially, there's a scene where the guy and the girl go to have sex on a beach on the hut, and it's really hot and romantic. And my dad's sitting there watching the show, like me, my girlfriend, my mom, my sister, and my sister's boyfriend is there. And the girl pulls a dick move. She gets up and she's like, "I can't do this." And she gets up and she runs out of the hut. And the guy's just sitting there, and he's like, "Oh." But then she comes back 10 seconds later and she's like, "I'm just fucking with you. Don't worry. Let's do this." And I was like, oh God, that would what a roller coaster for a second. My charming, lovely father made the comment without thinking, like without missing a beat. He goes, "Fuck that. I would have tripped that bitch and I would have stepped on her hair and you could have just yanked one out on her face real quick."
Oh shit.
My girlfriend sat there.
Oh like, no!
And I sat there, like,
yep,
this,
yep.
Oh, my relationship's over.
Yeah.
So over.
That's horrible.
It was amazing at that moment. No matter what I said, I was a piece of shit. No matter what anybody said, I just
You can't walk that back. You know?
Nope.
No, you can't walk that back. Have you ever been put in a situation like that, my friend, either with a woman, colleague, anything like that, where you're just like, fuck me, there's no coming back from this? Doesn't have to be as hot and heavy as what I just went through, but I mean, have you ever been in a situation like that where you're like, shit?
Well, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I can't get in trouble for this. So yeah, my last job as a lineman, we had this new guy on the crew, and we were all sitting around a circle, and this is where I learned my lesson: don't say stuff about people if you're not willing to say it in front of them. Because he was green and he was fun to fuck with. We hit his tools and put a bunch of tape and shit and copper around all of them and like buried them in the sand dunes. So my boss kind of played me on that one. We're in a circle and he asked me how I felt about him. He's like, "How is he panning out?" He's like, "Man, this guy fucking sucks. I can't believe you put him on He wouldn't know a hammer if it hit him in the fucking kneecap, and just rolling with it." And Tom's like, "Hey man, turn around real quick." And I turn around and he's standing right there and he looks so sad. And just hammering into him. And I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry man, you heard everything. It's not like I can lie to you right now. It happened. We can only go up from here. So either you quit being a piece of shit, or I'm gonna keep talking like that." And for a week to where we didn't really talk to one another. And then after that, man, we were best of friends. It was glorious. We worked really well together, and it was all because I talked some mad shit about him behind his back. Well, really in front of him, but yeah, I couldn't walk that back.
Yep.
No, but you handled that like a man, I have to say. Like you essentially turn around and you look at the guy and you're like, "Yeah, well, I'm not taking it back," and I heard it. So I mean, like, we got two options from here. You can leave because I'm not going anywhere. Or two, like I'm saying, we can only go up from here.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, and I gave him a chance too. I was like, whatever you want to say about me, now's the chance. You know, you can just have at it. And he didn't take it. I gave him an option, but
no, at that point, it's probably his asshole was probably broken. He was probably super sad, man. I would have been.
Like, man, I'm sorry.
Oh shit, that's funny. I did the same thing in school to a kid named Jeff. He was a bit of a dick, and everybody was like, "Oh, Jeff's moving at the end of the week. Like, are you gonna miss him?" I'm like, "Fuck that kid. He's a toolbox. This kid fucking smells like broken avocados and fucking guacamole and fish bones." And next thing you know, it's just like fucking he's standing right there, and I'm like, God damn it, Jeff, you show up at the worst times.
Yeah, right.
I wanted to look at him at that point and be like, in a week, I guess this isn't going to be a problem, but oh shit,
that's funny.
Oh, guys. So Jordan, you're telling me that you have 10 new questions for our guests because you have been working hard this week.
I do.
Yes. What kind of questions do you have for our man, Dacotah?
Alrighty. So I've got 10 here. We can, depending on timing, we can answer however many or however few we want to do. So my first one, like when you're wanting to like create something new, say for Instagram, like what's your like typical workflow process like?
For me, I usually look at my page, to be honest, and I'll kind of see the picture I did before.
Nice.
If I have one, going like this. I'm like, oh, you know what? Fuck it, that felt good. Let's do it again. Like, he's a tool. You can't be flexible. So, actually, Scott brought up the niches. They're in my bio. I won't do more than 3. I like to be outdoors, take pictures of my family, and what's the other one? Shit, hunting. Yeah. So hunting. So, for me, I don't put a whole lot of thought into it. I don't want to consider it like a job. So it's kind of just in the moment that day, like, oh, that tree looks nice, or I want to stand on that rock. For New Mexico, in the mornings is the best time. You get those great sunrises and this orange-looking color with rays going through. I'm like, oh, people take things like that. That one. That was this morning. So there's a big rock behind me, and that my camera's actually on my truck in that picture.
That's
and
awesome.
I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this picture, and snap, went to work and called it good.
It's a sweet photo.
Yeah. God damn, man. So you're just like, fuck it, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I really think I'd do a lot better if I thought about it more methodically, but I don't know. I don't think I'm that type. I'm just whatever I feel like that day.
I gotta say, there has to be plenty of women that go to your Instagram page and masturbate. You're a fucking handsome gentleman. Your photos are bomb.
If there is, I hope my wife never finds out about it.
There's got to be one old lady that's cleaned out the bat cave.
I guarantee it. Not the cop. But this, I can't deny them getting off on any sorts of pictures. You can go to mine, you can go to Jordan's, or you can go to Scott's. Whatever's good for the spank bank that day, I'm not here to.
Oh, dude, no. I don't know about you, but I've had my social media blow up with fucking tons of gay dudes, and it's gotten to the point where now where I've actually thought about having a My OnlyFans page just so I can profit off these motherfuckers. Because I'm like, if you're gonna keep sending me dick pics, I might as well make some money in return. Because this is nuts, dude. I have people that send me dick pics and then I block them and they make another account and then they fucking send me more. Yeah, and then they send me more of the same dick picture, and I'm like, I already saw this, and 2, why?
Oh no!
No,
that's
I
horrible.
even thought about changing my name, Dacotah Watts, aka Poppy. Because that's usually how it starts. Hey, Poppy. I'm just like, no. They don't even hint around it. There's some dudes, I'll give them credit. They'll trap you in a goddamn box because they'll read you there and not know it. They just ask normal questions and all of a sudden, dick.
Dude, it's so true. It's so true. Oh my god. It's so funny.
Oh no.
I don't understand what the beard attracts them. I don't get it, really.
I talked to a gay friend of mine the other day. Shout out to you, Brock, if you're listening, you fucking beautiful human being. We used to work at a liquor store together, and he was literally the most normal gay person I've ever met. Didn't try and suck my dick. Didn't try and make me fuck his asshole. We just worked together. He was a solid friend, too. I remember we were driving down the road one time. We're smoking weed. There's a cop right behind us, and there's fucking open wine bottles all over the car. And I'm like, oh, if we get pulled over, we're getting fucked. And next thing you know, the cop throws on his light, and we're like, oh, shit. There was a tire that had, I guess, fallen off a vehicle or something that was all ripped up on the road, and he was just taking it and throwing it off the side of the road. But we thought we were getting pulled over. So, I'm shitting giant bricks with my gay friend as we're possibly getting pulled over for, consuming drugs, driving, and, possibly having liquor in the vehicle. And I was like, awesome. Being 17 and 18 is dope. But I talked to him the other day, and I'm like, dude, I get a lot of dick pics. I got to know, like, what is with gay dudes? This is really intense. And he goes, wow, I can't believe gay dudes are like that. They gave us a horrible name. And he said apparently dudes with beards are something called a thirst trap, which is probably going to get made into it. Yeah, a thirst trap, which is probably going to be made into a T-shirt.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that needs to be a merch design.
That'll be a T-shirt. That'll be the next T-shirt, thirst trap. And apparently dudes with beards or even dudes with hairy chests like myself, like I'm just a hairy bitch. You know, like it's brutal, man. Apparently, like that's a bear thing. Like gay people they love dudes with beards and hairy chests, and like it's all like, oh, they love it. And I'm
well, it's the DMs that get me, but quite a few do put comments on the pictures too. And I'm good with it. ELE, you know, everybody love everybody. Jackie Moon, and just as long as you don't disrespect the family, I'm good with it. They say their little comments. I like it. I'll put, fuck yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate the love and move on. There's no need to be an asshole.
No, you're a super positive dude. You're a super positive dude if I ever met one.
It's not until they trap me in DMs. That fucking picture, then I'll blow up. I'm all, what the fuck? Now I know what every girl in the world feels like right now when a fucking schlong just hits their messages unannounced. Your little troopers at fucking mid-salute, and you're like, no, I'm not saluting that. No, sir. Man.
Dude, that's fucking funny. Oh my god, it's so true though. Oh, it hurts the soul. It really does. It hurts my soul.
Yes. It'll break the weak-hearted, you know. It'll break some tough dudes. You know, like even some tough dudes that you're like, fuck, this guy's made of rock. He gets 30 dick pics sent to him in a day, and that dude needs a straight jacket and a drink. All right. Oh, and if you can judge it from our friends, I guarantee some guys have dropped out of the beard struggle and shaved their beards because of how many dick pics they get.
Totally. Oh my god, I never thought of that.
You have one of our friends, I'm going to give him a little shout out here, Mitch, the refrigerator with arms, you know. Imagine how many pics that motherfucker gets on the red. He has to hate his life. Just like, wake up, dick pics. Fucking afternoon, dick schlong. Nice, dick wiener. There's he is.
Yeah, there's the beast himself. Do you fucking remember a private story that we all had in the Discord group where Mitch informed us of the gentleman that really liked his thighs, and we couldn't fucking stop laughing because this dude was so aggressive towards Mitch. Mitch is like the nicest guy. He won't want to kill you because he's such a sweetheart, even though he's like fucking Dacotah said, a refrigerator with arms and could crush your head like Andre the Giant, you know. You know, even he was like, bro, this is coming at me heavy. And some people, they come at you really hard. Like I had a Brazilian guy that was like, you know, I'm your papi, I'm 43, you know, you and me. It's probably not the right accent, but fucking whatever. And
oh no.
I was like, bro, you were really aggressive. And he's like, you're gonna call me a daddy, I'm gonna come to Canada and marry your sisters. And I'm like, what?
Like, no.
What
I'm
the
out.
heck?
I'm like, bro, I gotta block you. It's been fun.
Man, I'll be a dick. I'll always throw in one last little jab or comment right before I block them. So I'll send it real quick, try as fast as I can to get to the block button before they rebuttal. So
Hilarious.
I don't know. And I can't even pinpoint. There's no specific race or type of man. It's just all of them in general.
Yeah.
I've gotten every different type, color. They all like beards.
Yeah.
So far, I haven't gotten any.
You're lucky, motherfucker.
Thankfully.
You're lucky.
Knock on wood.
Oh no, you don't want to knock on wood. They'll like it.
Oh damn. Shit, I don't even think about. Oh no.
Oh, and I'm.
Oh shit.
I'm sober.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if knocking on wood's the best idea, given the puns and circumstances that can be made from that kind of a situation.
Yeah,
But,
I didn't even think about that. Oh crap! I may have just played myself.
You may have. Jordan might get his first dick pic after this podcast gets released.
Oh,
I'm
please
so proud.
no.
Jordan's like, fuck.
Oh,
Jordan's like, fuck, I gotta edit this part out.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me, Scott, because I'll do it.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, shit. Well, your creative process sounds fucking... Your creative process for creating content sounds pretty straightforward. I like it. You sound like the Thor of our group. Like, I remember Espen made the joke on the live that one time, or somebody made the joke. They're like, fucking, he just needs his cell phone camera and he looks good all the time. So fucking...
Well, yeah, and actually because of Dean, that's the reason I bought a camera, was because of him. He was taking some amazing pictures, and you know, we all know with DC, I try to stick to his 5-to-1 if I do content on the page, and try to keep the stories busy on the weekends, you know, and and that seems to be working. But this guy, how can you take a bad fucking picture?
Yeah, like every photo is sick. Like every single one is amazing.
Yeah, I threw a comment on there today. I was like, I'm digging the blue, man. Like, it's fucking, no matter what that guy wears, no matter what he does, he always looks like a fucking superstar. I love it. Yeah. And he's the nicest dude in the world. If you ever talk to him, he's the nicest dude.
No, he can.
And like, you even have a little bit of a fangirl moment where you do this with your hands.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Thor, roll me back. He rolled me back.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get him on the podcast one day, because like, I would love to talk to that dude.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask him the same question. Does he get sent any dick pics?
Oh, 100% he does. I would not. Yeah, like. I would not be surprised.
I would hire, if I got to his level one day and, you know, 10,000 plus followers, I'm hiring someone to search my DMs for dick pics, to delete them before I get in there.
Ooh,
totally.
Yeah. Yes, a secretary just to find dick pics.
Can you imagine?
Look at them.
There is some lady out there that would love that job. She's just cock hungry and fucking thirsty to the bone. And she's like, yes, fucking 10,000 dick pics a day.
If you want to do that, DM Dacotah.
Oh, God. No.
Oh, what's your second question on that list there, Jordan? My creative process is not very exciting. I smoke pot, I zone out, I see what comes out of my head. I let my brain do the work.
Yeah, fair.
You see sounds.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm doing a video, it'll be more planned out, but if it's just an Instagram photo, like if I just have like a quick idea, I'll just set up my camera and snap a few photos. Yeah.
No, yeah, and that's the same way, but like how you just said, a video I will take better care of, just because it seems like there's a lot more to them. And I need to get better at them. I'm not great at them. So maybe that's why I stick more to pictures, because I suck at editing.
Fair.
So I don't know. I'm like you. I do take better care if it's a video.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, second question. What was your first smartphone?
Oh, shit. Damn.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go in order here. I didn't get my first cell phone till I was 17, and it
Okay.
was one of those fucking brick Sprint ones that you could slide, and you had the keyboard right there, so you're like, ding, 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 you know.
Yeah.
And then
Oh shit! You had to use like the little chopstick fingers.
yeah, just because my fucking thumbs would click like 5 letters at one time. And no, the first smartphone though, I was in college and I bought myself an iPhone. That was
Ooh, nice.
the first smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's awesome.
the towns we grew up in, they're so small you could walk from one side to another in 5 minutes. So all the parents knew each other. If a kid got hurt or was fucking around, the parents could call each other. We didn't need phones.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Scott, what about you?
I think mine was an iPhone too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't smoke pot back then, so I'm surprised you can't remember this. But fucking, you know, my biggest thing that I've learned over the years is Apples. I'm going back to Apple. I'm going to go back completely to Apple. I was Android. I have one Android now that I just go back and forth between with my Apple for certain apps. But besides that, I think I'm going to go back to my first love of Apple.
There you go.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What about you, Jordan? What was the first iPhone or fucking smartphone or whatever it was you were flirting with?
So I think my first was the iPhone 3GS. Little small guy. And then I went iPhone 4, then I went iPhone 6, and then I switched to Android because by then like I was kind of like getting more into like exploring technology, and I was like, I'm bored of the iPhone operating system. I want to experiment and do more things. So then I got the Samsung Galaxy S8, and then just came back to Samsung with my newest phone. But I was full Apple. Like at one point I had, like when I had the iPhone 6, I had the iPhone 6, an Apple Watch, and an iPad. So like I was like full.
God
and then,
dang.
yeah, and then now I mostly used like when
Did
I
they
first got it.
You fucking
No.
sponsored by Apple? Jesus Christ.
No, just my whole family's been Apple forever, so I'm the only one with an Android phone out of the 5 other people in my family.
So do you get every new one that comes out right away?
Not necessarily right away, but like all the iPhones I had up until the iPhone 6 were just hand-me-downs from my dad.
Okay.
But then the iPhone 6 I got when I was in, I think, January of 2011 or 2012. And then that phone has since been passed down to my little sister, and she still has it around.
Damn, that thing's still kicking.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and then I've gotten a new phone like in some variety every year. Like my last phone I had for a year and a half, and then I just got this a couple days ago, and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Pull up the next question here. What's your favorite photo editing program or app?
Oh, I like Snapseed.
Oh, yep.
Snapsheet fella in here.
Yeah, and yeah, you talked about my process. I'll put the photo in Lightroom and do the auto edit right away. I don't really mess around too much on it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then off of that one, I'll do more with it in Snapseed.
Nice.
Very cool.
And
Snapseed,
there you go.
Yeah, right there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's great.
And the ones that Scott liked a lot when I had my little comic stage was a Insta tune.
Oh,
I really like that one.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I don't know how he did his colors and shit. And him with his son, those were badass.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Photos. And I showed my kid, he's fixing to be 8 in a week or so. And he was just like, "Can we do that?" I went, "Oh my God, you're Scott's gonna make me look back. I need to ask him how he did it. Like, of course, buddy, we can do that. And my wife bought like a white little ball, and we put flames on it and a fishing line, so it was invisible. So we hung it from the ceiling, and he's putting his hands around it and stuff. I was like, see, like Scott. Yeah, we did it like
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That's super fucking cute, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, we have fun.
That's cool. Scott, what about you? Do you have a favorite?
Do I have any favorite,
Favorite like editing app that you use?
Well, I got to be honest. I mean, I got a couple. I got probably 10 to 12 that I use all in a row, and I go through all of them. I'll like get a picture done. Once I get it done in one app, I'll move along to the next, do what I need to do there, move on to the next, do what I need to do in there, and then by the time I'm done my 12-step process, I get what you guys see.
Yeah.
And yeah, oh yeah. Sometimes like some of those photos take me an hour and a half to 3 hours to make. And it's just the color's not right, or the shading isn't in the right spot, or fucking it doesn't have enough big dick energy, so you gotta fucking do some crazy shit and get it in there. But honestly, my biggest one that I use is Pixomatic. I use a lot of filters and a lot of their adjustment tools in there.
Oh, okay.
That's my main one that I use.
That's sweet.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I gotta go Snapseed as well. Like, if I'm editing a photo, odds are it's going through Snapseed.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No,
I like it. They got a lot of filters on there.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. What is your next question? What does your evening routine typically look like?
For the family or my beard or what?
Your beard. How about that? Like, what do you usually do for that?
Man, I use their night oil, the Beard Struggle. I won't put anything else in it at night. For my beard, like 7 drops is plenty, and it lasts me a long time. I've seen guys that have like half an inch on their face doing a whole fucking droplet. And, like, holy shit! Like, what are you gonna do with that extra oil? Like, I don't know. Just rub it here and here, and I don't know.
That's what I do when I have too much. Just rub it on my balls.
Yeah, I get every single throw I have. So the top, the beard, the chest, and my down under. But yeah, I'll just rub that through and comb it and brush it through and go to bed. It takes 2 minutes. So.
Nice. Good stuff.
That's cool. Do you have a night routine, Jordan? Is there anything that gets you all ready for bed, all hot and heavy? Oh, I'm going to sleep tonight. Fucking my beard looks great.
Yeah, so I'll wash my face, then use the nighttime beard oil. Sometimes give it a quick brush or a comb through, and then brush my teeth, and then go to sleep.
Cool.
There you go. Short and sweet.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My night routine is pretty straightforward. Like Dacotah said, I throw in my night oil, I slap my face a few times, fucking and then I try and give it some love, and I'm like, I didn't mean it, baby. I didn't mean it. And I give it a little bit of this. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I was so rude. I didn't mean to throw that Bible at you. You know. And then honestly, man, I jump into bed and I fucking watch retro cartoons stoned out of my mind, and my kid often wakes up and demands that I put on Teen Titans.
Oh, perfect.
That's pretty that's pretty much my nights.
Awesome. Next question. What's your if you had to pick one, what's your favorite Beard Struggle product?
The favorite product. Man, I really like their balm. Yeah, because my shit likes to throw out.
Okay.
Almost like a Santa Claus look. So if I straighten my beard twice a week. But that balm, man, that shit holds it together so good. And I'll comb and brush that through. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm going to go right down the same road with Dacotah. That's what I do. Like right after I straighten my beard, if it's like just on the side, it's not quite right because it still tries to do that Santa Claus effect where it pops out and it's like, fuck you, love me. You know,
Yeah.
then I'm just like, I'm like, this is not right. So yeah, what I end up doing is I just put that gentleman balm in there. I get a good amount of it too. I don't know what it is, but I like the Viking Storm one the best because I don't know why. Every time I get a Viking Storm one, it's filled up just a little bit more than the rest, and it seems to work better than the rest. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm biased or something. But yeah, the gentleman balm for me is my go-to.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you, Jordan? What's your favorite bad boy?
I gotta go. It's so hard because they're all so good. I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. Viking Storm Daytime Oil. So good.
Oh,
there you go.
Yep.
Oh, so nice.
My wife loves Viking Storm. I mean, fucking loves it.
When she first found the Viking Storm, what was her reaction when you used it?
Well, when I first got the bundle, when I first got the beer struggle, I was too excited that I didn't read that they had other scents in there. So I think the default is Viking Honor.
Yep, that's what I got first.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she really liked that one, and then all the Viking Kings started posting Viking Storm everywhere. So I bought that, and I put it on one morning, and I went to give her a hug before she left to work, and she went, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "What is that?" I was like, "Viking Storm, baby." So it was instant gratification.
Amazing.
So she likes it.
That's good. That's hilarious. What's your next one there, Jordan?
Yeah. Pull it up here. What's one of your favorite movie characters?
Movie characters?
Yeah.
Man, I really like the oldies. I love the shit out of Tombstone. It's one of my favorite movies. So
dope.
It's kind of that mixture Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, just badasses that they're probably just as bad as the bad guys they're fucking up. So and they're allowed to do it. So
I love it.
That's me. I grew up on old movies.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the westerns.
That's pretty sweet. Westerns are good movies, man. I mean, I miss watching them. I mean, they had so many good lines and so many good scenes and so many good plot twists. And every now and again, you're like, oh shit, they went there.
Like, damn. What about you? What's Scott's here?
See, I got a lot of favorite movies, but I'm embarrassed to admit a lot of them. Like I really like Aladdin. You know, like the Disney movie Aladdin. I love how not bad, but I don't like that movie simply because of like why other people like Aladdin. They're like, it was a good life story and I'm like, no, I like the fact that, you know, the movie, the guy had dirty messages written in there and they were real quiet and nobody talked about it. You know, the fact that the girl's on her deck and she's like, fuck you came here to date me, and she turns to leave and he's just like real quietly like, good teenagers take off their clothes, and then all of a sudden she turns back and it's like, you know, then everything's okay and you're like, what the fuck is that? You know, like I appreciate Aladdin because of that one moment. He slid that dirty comment in there that is just wrong. Nobody should say that in a kid's movie, and he got away with it and still got the girl. That is some big dick energy. That's fucking game right there.
I love it. I've never heard Aladdin described that way ever.
Dude, I don't know what it is about the Disney movies, but I love them not because they're Disney movies. I love them because of all the dirty fucking sex messages they have hidden in them. And he hides them so well that kids watch him. over and over and over again, and you're like, holy shit, I watched this 400 times. Maybe that's why I'm so fucked up.
What is it? Like Lion King, it spells sex and the thorns everywhere all the time. And
somewhere, or like in Little Mermaid, one of the castles is a dildo or something like that. Yeah. Somebody told me, I don't know if this one's true, apparently in Beauty and the Beast, if you stop it at like the perfect second, like there's one, like, you know how on illustrators and stuff they do the cartoons and they flip it through the book?
Yeah.
Like one of those pages in the book is just like the Beast fucking the girl or something, even though it's like her going to the market to get apples, and then just like one panel out of it's just him just raw dogging her, and you're like, oh wow. But I don't know if it's true. I haven't seen it. But if it is, Walt Disney, shame on you.
Forget to research.
Man.
What about you, Jordan? What's one of your favorite movie characters? Now that we've gone off on Walt Disney.
Yep. I gotta go. Like I've always loved the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. So I gotta go. Bilbo Baggins is mine for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or like
I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, or like a close second would be would be John Wick.
Is his name Bilbo? Is his name Bilbo Baggins? Like,
yes, Bilbo Baggins, Scott. Bilbo Baggins.
I've been calling him Dildo Baggins for years.
Of course you have.
Real fucking name.
Well, why am I not surprised?
Son of a bitch. I'll never be able to watch.
Somebody brings that guy up, I'm like, Dildo Baggins. Fuck yeah. What's up with that motherfucker?
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. Oh,
man. All right, next question. Would you rather create a whole new beard struggle product or modify a current beard struggle product? And what would you do?
Make my own.
Yeah. What would you do?
Oh yeah, without a heartbeat.
Dick butter.
Oh. I can't think now. Oh, fuck. He stalled me with the dick butter. Man, I would, from what I've learned in the little bit of being an ambassador for him, I know there's a like untapped resource out there, and it's gay dudes. So I would name mine like Bear Seductions, or or
no.
There you go. It could be the Grizzly Secrets. So I'm actually mad that no one's thought of this yet, and I want them to really start hammering down on the gay community. We could skyrocket ourselves. You give them the Grizzly Secrets, and they could just like make the fucking oil droplet the dick, so they put it.
No.
So you, in the morning at night, you go to get your oil, and it's this glass dick. You just squirt it out on your hand, and you rub it in, and just. So, yeah.
Oh man.
That would be mine.
That's incredible. Shit. Oh my goodness.
I can't stop laughing. I'm fine. I'll be over here.
Oh man.
I got him.
Oh my God.
God damn it!
Oh, shit.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Oh shit! How Scott feels right now?
Oh shit!
How I felt during his interview when he told me he was riding the moose naked in Canada. I couldn't stop laughing.
All right. Dacotah wins for best reaction from getting the best reaction from the Moose Bros so far.
The man just wins.
Yes.
That's all he does.
Hell yeah!
He knows how to win.
All it took was a dick glass dropper to get you to hit the floor.
Oh, but I've never heard of that before. That's fucking genius. You know how many dudes would be like, "Oh, fuck, that's awesome."
It's good.
Oh,
That's so good.
Fucking, I hope the owner of fucking the Beard Struggle's listening, and I hope he pays you $1 million for that idea. You never have to work again. It's fucking genius.
I'd be like, oh yeah, you're welcome.
Oh shit. Oh, fuck me, that was the funniest thing ever.
That's incredible. That might be an Instagram clip right there. Just us laughing.
That will be an Instagram. It's just us laughing. People will be like, "The fuck is the matter with these people?"
Yeah. Like,
watch the podcast to find out.
You don't know.
You don't know what happened before that.
but I'll edit it so it's just like as we're starting to laugh, and then but not like what leads up to it. So you gotta like watch the podcast to actually find out and see the whole reaction.
There you go.
Oh, that was incredible. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, now that I've calmed down and my lungs don't want to explode and my abdomen's not hurting anymore. Fucking, I don't want to. I mean, I do now that you said that. I do want a grizzly scent because that's fucking hilarious. But I wouldn't mind like some like ball deodorant. Like, cause one thing that I've heard from other dudes, they're like, man, I go to the gym and like I go home and like my nuts and they smell gross and like I don't want to shower because I got things to do after. I'm like, first of all, there's two things I think of. One, you are a lazy motherfucker if you get really sweaty at the gym and you don't shower after and you're like, oh, I'm just sweaty and I'm complaining about it.
No,
but
that's
two,
gross.
if you are one of those disgusting motherfuckers, we should have you covered with some fucking ball deodorant or something like that. Like some fucking. Don't even call it the beard struggle. Just call it struggling. Just struggling. Call it struggling. Clearly, you're struggling through every facet of life. Oh
shit! Spread on generously.
Oh my goodness.
This was what I needed. This was perfect for a Monday. I love it.
So good. Oh.
What about you, Jordan? God. Do you want some fucking grizzly scent or some ball deodorant? You got a different product in mind?
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Let me calm down.
Oh fuck. That laugh almost got me pregnant. Oh shit.
Oh god. Well, okay. All right. So what I see on my screen is whenever one of y'all talks, it shows that person.
Yeah.
So
yeah, okay.
I'm watching Jordan laughing, and then all of a sudden it cuts over to Scott against the fireplace, just dying, and that's where I lost it. I started crying, and I lost control of my body.
Oh, fuck.
That's incredible. Oh man, I think like Dacotah, your idea would be so hilarious, but I think like I don't know if I can top the hilarity of that. But But I think I'd love to see a version of the heated beard brush without the like all like the electronics in it, without like necessarily like, the heating like function,
So
but
you
more
want
just like a lower priced like non-electric version that's just kind of like a normal like
Oh,
comb
okay.
that you can like comb through. Or maybe even like a smaller version so it's like more portable. Or I feel like that'd be cool. Just because then that could
Yeah.
like bring the price down. And if you don't necessarily need like if you want like a nice like straightening brush, but not you don't need the whole like craziness of the one that they have that the Beard Struggle has now. I feel like that might be
Uh-huh.
kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's not bad because I think all we have now is the wooden comb, right? And then the
Yeah.
heated brush. There's
Yeah.
no in between.
Mm-hmm.
Now that would
yeah,
be good.
we got a couple other like little brushes and stuff like that, but not like what Jordan's suggesting. That is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Deep breath, Jordan. Deep breath.
I was worried about sucking on this.
No.
Dude, it's funny. Jordan and I have been talking about this. I'm like, this man's gonna deliver. He doesn't know how to do anything else in life but win. So this is gonna be good.
Yep.
I feel like you're the kind of guy that even in like a shitty situation, you're like, I am somehow going to come out on top of this. Like when you told that guy, you're like, you fucking suck, and then he's right behind you. You're like, fuck. Well, there's no coming back.
We're gonna fight or we're gonna be friends. You know, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine anybody wants to fight you. You're so fucking lovable.
Oh man, you'd be surprised. There's a couple motherfuckers that hate me out there, and I know it. But yeah, it's all good. I hate them too. So we're always even.
Oh, dude, that's fucking funny.
Amazing. All right, I got a couple more.
What do you got there, Jordan?
All right. If you had to pick one musician that you could only listen to, who would it be?
Oh my god, that question sucks. It's such a mean question to ask.
It's less mean because we all answer it, so we all go through the same pain. So you're not alone.
Wow, you really are a good counselor, Jordan. Jesus Christ, you've done this a couple times.
I feel welcome now to enter and give you my soul. Because that was
good. This is a lot like Twisted AA without the alcohol.
Oh, that could be a funny skit. Oh man.
Man, growing up, I was real big into like Linkin Park and
okay.
Oh yeah, that's my man.
Like Guns N' Roses and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go with what I'm listening to now. I've been really big with Shinedown. I can't quit listening to them.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I like Shinedown. Yeah.
I like it.
Nice. That's
Gotta
cool.
go with them.
Mm-hmm. Scott, what about you?
I forget what your question was. I did. I'm sitting there. I'm like, fuck. What was it?
It was what's one of your like top favorite musicians?
All right. Now this is gonna sound retarded because I have a new favorite song, but I don't know what it's called. But I know where you can find it. So if you have ever watched Teen Titans, they have a fucking song in there that just like, dude, I just want to take off my shirt, pinch my nipples, and fly. Like I can't get over it. They're literally sitting there, and the whole group's all pissed off. They're having a bad day, and the cyborg dude starts singing, and the song, it's like fucking shining in the night, and the lyrics are so badass. You're just like, but it's so corny. It fucking hurts your soul. Like it. And I think it's called like "Shining in the Night" by.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just had it. I can't. I can't play it because YouTube will get mad at us. But I'll.
But please tell me the name of it. Tell these fine people so they can all go cringe and love it too.
Yeah. Okay.
Cause it's literally like it's like fucking that fat chick that you don't want to love, but it's so good that you just do it anyway behind a closed door. And your friends are like, "Dude, did you just fuck that bitch?" And you're like, "No." But really deep down, you're like, "Yes, I did, and I loved every moment of it."
Every bit of it.
All right, I think I got it.
Yes.
The night begins to shine.
So if anybody wants to listen to it, I'll put the link in the
Night
description.
begins to shine, you bitches.
Oh,
Go
I'm
listen-
listening to it.
Yeah, go listen to it for Scott. He'll love you forever.
It is the greatest song ever. It's right up there with episode 1 of Archibald, where the fucking mole people start singing about all the shit they stole from the town because the fucking leak of the dam and they're about to die.
I'm gonna play that on a loop for a week straight. Just annoy the shit out of my wife.
Oh, if you want to annoy the shit out of your wife, I have an even better song for you, my friend.
Oh baby.
Yes.
So I played this song to wake up all of my bridesmaids for my wedding. So the night before my wedding, my ex-wife now, all of her friends went out and they got really drunk and fucked up and they were drinking on her deck and they were just a mess, man. It was quite the scene. Anyways, it's about, 6 o'clock in the morning. I usually wake up at 5, so 6 o'clock is sleeping in for me. And my wife is about 4 months pregnant at this point, and she can't drink or anything like that, but I can, and I can have fun and I can be juvenile. So I leave the bedroom and I'm just like, these bitches fucking poured wine on my carpet, fucking my furniture is trashed. Well, the least I can do is like leave some music for them. So I played a song that I found on a College Humor video. And it's called A Unicorn in C Major. Unicorn in C, and then the word major, like Major General. And fucking, dude, it is all about this guy fucking a unicorn. So these chicks are sleeping right there. Right there. That fucking poor, depressed wannabe of a unicorn horse makes the best music video on the planet. It's so fucking demented. And I left that playing for probably an hour. I just had it on repeat. And the guy's like, I'm gonna fuck a unicorn. I'm gonna fuck a unicorn. And all of a sudden, these bitches wake up about 6 hours later. And they're like, I don't remember anything about last night except somebody was trying to fuck a unicorn or something.
Scott's over in the corner, like giggling and like rubbing his hands together.
I giggled so hard. I'm sitting there just puffing on a joint. I'm like, Daddy's home. But that song will drive any female crazy because they look at you and like, that's not the use of a unicorn. No, it's a majestic, lovable animal. He doesn't want to fuck it. And I'm like, yes, he does. That's probably why he wants to fuck it, because it is majestic.
He's singing about it. It's true.
Oh, shit. So that would, yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
This is so much fun. Oh my goodness.
Jordan's loving it.
Yep. Have I answered?
No, you haven't.
Oh,
you haven't.
What's your musician besides my unicorn fucking friends?
I think I gotta go Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick.
Yeah. Always listen to him. I have I think 9 of his albums on CD.
What's your favorite song by Michael Jackson? Mine's Billie Jean. I fucking sit there and I'm just like,
Oh, favorite song? Crap. I don't know.
Do you got one that makes your dick harder than the other?
I can't think of a specific one. Billie Jean is great, but there's so many. So many great songs. I don't know if I can settle on just one.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I think we're on. Oh yeah. So we got 2 more. If you could have a conversation with any famous historical figure, who would it be?
Oh my god. Who are we going with here? Okay. All right. Yeah, I got it. I figured it out. It didn't
Okay.
take very long. So I need and would want to meet Teddy Roosevelt to just know what goes through that crazy fucker's mind in the past, because he was just that man's man, just kicking ass and taking names and riding a horse and smoking cigars while doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with Teddy Roosevelt.
Good one.
That'd be cool.
Oh, shit. Teddy Roosevelt.
We're going to go Teddy.
Yeah.
I think it's because I got bears on the mind, Teddy Bear. So,
yep, fair.
Right now, there is a gay dude listening to this, and he's like, they're thinking of me. They're thinking of us. They're considering us. We're going to become a part of the horde. Next thing you know, we're going to go to do a fucking Viking commercial in England or something, and it's going to be a bunch of dudes braiding each other's ball sacks.
Oh, no.
Why is this going on? We didn't expect there to be so many gay dudes who wanted to join the beard struggle after we put out that last ad.
It's our fault. It's our fault.
We organized the Brand Viking convention that's happening maybe next year. Just there's a whole bunch of them that show up.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have groupies. There's gonna be.
Oh no!
And the fan bears just lined up so we can walk in between them with their signs, just loving our beards.
Now, I want to know, before we move on to Jordan's questions, when you're walking through this crowd of gay folks that love you, what are you walking through them like? Because there's different celebrities, and they do different things when they walk through crowds. Sometimes they're just like
oh, no.
They do the little wave, or sometimes they just do this. They do the wave all the way across to include everybody at once, and then they don't do it again. They all have their thing when they get on the carpet. Me, I probably do that thing where I keep my hands in my pocket and just do what's up, man?
How's it going? How's it going?
What's up, guys? Thanks for coming. Yeah. Thanks.
I think my ego would be ramped up so fucking high that I'm going in there just arms spread, giving them a little taste, touching the fingertips, on my whole runway through. I'm just like, come on.
Dakota's got music playing, lights.
Oh, please tell me it's like Kurt Angle when all finished fireworks are going off. It's I have to order you a fucking all-American wrestling slinglet now, and you have to wear it for a photo shoot. Just play Kurt Angle's music, but you have a beard. That motherfucker never had a beard.
True.
I'll post up hilarious. In the Captain Morgan, just put the leg up and just
that shit will blow up immediately. that would do very well.
I think it would.
What was Kurt Angle's old saying? I used to watch pro wrestling when I was a kid, but wasn't his thing it's real, it's damn real, or something like that? That would be fucking hilarious if literally he retweeted or fucking posted Dacotah's photo if he did this, and he was like, "Oh, it's real, it's damn real." It's just Dakota. It's
there it is.
It's true. It's true.
It's true. It's true. Oh shit! Fucking
God.
Oh, what's your next bullet you got for us there, Jordan?
I don't even know. Hold up.
Oh yeah, Teddy Roosevelt.
Shit! That's right. Fucking Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah. Scott and I still haven't answered.
Fucking Dakota's running our show now. God damn it. We don't even know what the fuck we're at.
Yeah. It's just the Bears. Okay. Off my mind.
As far as historical figures for me, goddamn, man, I don't know. I almost want to hang out with like Napoleon, because that dude was like exiled and fucked up, and then he had like lots of power and no power. Like he was in a bad relationship with every aspect of life. Like, that fucking poor guy. That poor guy was never in a good place, really. He's like, I'm super powerful, and then they're like, get out of here. He's like, fuck. Goals comes back. Like, you know, and I would probably ask him the silly question, because the one thing that I really like that Napoleon and I'm not saying this like I like Hitler, but the one thing I like that they both did was they both went into Russia at one point, and they essentially like had all their troops freeze and die. So I'd like to almost ask Napoleon and be like, did you set that up for Hitler on purpose? Did you leave that for him so he was like, this is a good idea? Yeah, like, did you set him up?
Oh, that's jacked up.
So funny.
So fucked up and twisted.
Just like you, Scott. Just like you.
Oh, that's all I am. That's all I know how to be.
I love it.
What about you, Jordan? Who's the historical figure that nutsack you'll be hanging off of for a day?
Oh, shoot. I think like I gotta go more recent. I gotta go Steve Jobs, because like I've always loved technology and like all that stuff, and I'd love to like hang out with him and just like talk to him for a while. I think that would be really awesome.
What's the most fucked up question you're gonna ask him?
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you. I want to know, are you going to ask him, are you going to be like, dude, are you into Disney porn? Do you like hentai? Are you fucking, do you watch dudes put vibrators in their butts? What gets you twisted?
I didn't even think that far. I don't know.
Well, would you rather hang out with successful, has everything Steve Jobs, or just kicking off Steve Jobs?
Ooh. Good point.
Like,
do you want the one that's driven, ready to go, or the one that just changed the world?
Oh, I don't know. Because when he was young, like he was pretty rude and like he was like that throughout his life, but like especially when he was young, because he's like he knew like right from like when he was young that he like wasn't gonna live very long somehow. He knew that or just had a feeling. So I feel like
shit, I get the same feeling. I'm gonna get life insurance.
Yikes. Oh man, I feel like Steve Jobs, like just after he took back Apple, like in like the late 90s, just as he's like in like focus mode, like ready to turn Apple around, like they're on like Apple's on the verge of like going out of business. Like I feel like seeing him like in that like maniac, like focused, like motivated state, like kind of like in the middle of his of his career, I feel like that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think I got one more.
Yes.
Oh, we always have more than one more, Jordan.
True.
We always have one more.
I have one more question, and then Scott, you can
carry on with my craziness.
Yeah. All right. If you could visit one location that's featured in any movie, where would you go?
Oh, featured in any movie?
Yeah. Movie or TV show?
Damn. Oh, well, shit. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're going everywhere they filmed. I'm just going to pretend like they filmed it overseas and not somewhere in America, like in Scotland or something, but Braveheart. All about that country. Just always wanted to visit.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We're going Braveheart with it.
Nice.
Dude,
William
Braveheart
Wallace.
Braveheart is so intense. God, I love that movie. He does Mel Gibson's an interesting fella there, but I mean, he does fucking great in that movie.
Yeah. No, and I can picture our whole Discord horde just in the kilts, turning around to every other beard company out there and just mooning the shit out of them.
Oh no.
Dude, my favorite thing is when you go online and like a new beard company follows you on Instagram or like tries to contact you through Facebook or something, and they're like, "Hey, we love your content," and I'm like, "Go suck somebody else's dick, you fuckface."
Damn.
Direct quote.
Oh yeah, I know. Like that'll fucking. I don't know what it is. Like, I'll say them publicly. Virgin Beard Co. They messaged me a couple times, and I'm like, "Fuck off." Like I've had a couple streetwear companies message me a couple times, and I'm like, "Fuck you." I don't like your shit. I am not going to dress like a 14-year-old Japanese boy that's trying to get his first blowjob and look like he can drift cars. That's not what I'm doing here.
Oh man, yeah, I did have a like Japanese streetwear company reach out to me once and like chase me for a while, and like
I know the one you're talking about. They won't leave me alone.
Yeah, I just told them like, because I'm not working right now, so I don't have a lot of like extra income to go spending on like clothes, even like with like a discount code. Which I basically told them, and then they like kept like badgering me. And then eventually I was like, nope, it's just not going to work out. And then they're like, okay, fine. And then they backed off.
See, all the beard struggle had to do was look at us and just be like, I'm just offering you some love. And I'm like, cool, I like the love. Yep. These other companies, they're just like, hey, we want you to buy a bunch of shit from us. And I'm just like, I can exchange these products for dick pics. Do you care for some dick pics? I have plenty of dick pics. I got fired from a marketing company because I filled one up with a fucking bunch of dick pics once. So let me know.
It's true though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jordan, what was your question? I forget what your question was.
Same here. Hold on, let me pull it up again. Oh man. Oh yeah. If you could visit one fictional movie location, where would you go?
Oh, there we go. That's what it was.
Yeah. Wait. Am I the last one, or Scott? Have you gone? I'm getting all like mixed up. Okay. Do you want to go, or do you want me to go first?
Well, Jordan, I'm gonna let you go because you're such a fine gentleman. You're so kind. You're so nice.
All right. I gotta go. Again, going back to my love of Lord of the Rings. I gotta go. The Shire. Yeah, that's where I'd go.
You go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I am planning to visit the actual set in New Zealand at some point. Hopefully next year, if everything is like kind of back to normal and we can travel again.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the Shire.
I'd go straight to fucking Mordor and visit that volcano.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would go straight there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Facts.
I would piss into Mordor. I'd piss into Mordor.
Take that, Sauron.
Oh, yeah. that'd be a funny piece of content. The Moose Bros travel to Mordor.
Y'all have to dress up in the Hobbit getup.
Yeah, of course.
Or Jordan's like, Scott, what are you doing? I'm like, don't look. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, don't look.
Don't look at me.
I know you just hit. Are you shitting too? No, I'm not shitting. Uncomfortable.
Oh no.
For me, man, like I can't say that there's like going back to when I was on Dacotah's podcast with Zeke, like I'm a natural dirty pervert deep down in my soul. So I probably, I know Jordan's just fucking nodding his head there. I would probably go to like whatever movie that was that Beyonce did where she had to be a stripper.
Okay.
I just thank you. Yeah, I just want to be Usher in that scene where they're like, "Oh, hey Usher, how you do?" I just want to be him for 5 minutes. I'll be him. Just put me there. I'll do it happily. You don't even got to pay me. You don't even got to pay me. I don't even need to show. I'll happily do it. Oh.
Yep.
But yeah, that would be me.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So.
That's cool. That's fun.
So my man, what is your goal with your Instagram and everything like that? What do you want in the next couple of years? Are you hoping that you just don't have to work anymore because you're so good looking and modeling agencies come up and they're like, we like this guy's big dick energy. We like his forward thinking with his beard products and his grizzly style. What do you what are you hoping for in the future, my man? Or is there even an end goal? Or are you just having fun? I mean, I know we're just having fun.
Yeah, man, I didn't expect nearly as much as was come from it already. Like,
yeah,
I didn't really know what I was getting into, and then getting to meet a bunch of just badass group of guys, just close knit. I've never experienced that type of support especially from people you don't really know or have never met.
Mm-hmm.
Physically, met.
Yeah, physically met, and it just kind of took me a place that I didn't really expect. I would love to get to a point where, I mean, all of us are like the mini Thors and Vikings and Jins and, you know, J-Hop and Dan's Beard. But I don't know what I would do if I had all that free time. I've always grown up working with your hands and earning, which you're still earning your money, you know, but it's just different. You're different, You're promoting yourself and you're not manual labor.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to get a point like that, just keep growing and see where it goes from there. There's already tons of guys, just you can see them branching off into their own little niches and like you guys kicking off this podcast, which I love. And it's just fun to see everyone growing at their own different pace and different little things they love to do.
For sure.
Wow. That's sweet. Do you have a goal for your podcast? Are you hoping that turns into like a Joe Rogan kind of deal? Or is there a guy you want on your podcast, the warrior behind the beard?
Man, just because it started with him, it's kind of tied for me. I would love to interview Thor or Dan. To me, they're so nice and they're always helping everybody they talk to and not standoffish, you know, real open with their lives.
Yeah.
I think they would be cool to interview. In my opinion, there can only be one Joe Rogan in the world. So I don't know if there'll ever be a podcast that reaches that level.
No, never.
And I feel like he's the only one in the whole world who can get away with saying everything that he does because he was a raunchy ass comedian back in the day and he just doesn't give a shit. So for I don't know how Zeke feels about it, but for me, I just enjoy getting to interview you guys and learning new stuff about the brothers that we work with day to day.
Yeah, man.
So
for sure.
I'm having fun with it.
Something that Jordan and I like to do is just get to learn a little bit more about everybody. Everybody has an interesting story and whatnot. Like fucking, I don't think I've ever laughed this hard in the last year. So I mean, like this is one thing that like just comes with the group, right? Like when we're in the group and like you hop in and Jordan hops in and fucking Phil hops in and Mitch hops in and then
so much fun
jumps in and everybody starts jumping in. It's like holy fuck, this is a party in here. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
you know, like my favorite is when Mensky comes in and all of a sudden it's just you have a completely different accent, and he like the way he writes, you know, bloke and fucking drift and this and that, and the way he talks about people is fucking so funny.
Yep.
Oh, I love how twisted he is.
Yeah, like how you said, all these guys will be jumping in, and then half of us are still asleep. So they wake up and they read through 70 to 150 fucking messages about us talking about, you know, nothing, just shit talking.
Yep.
And so I almost like enjoy going to bed early now so I can wake up and see what you fuckers had to say while I was sleeping.
Totally.
Yeah. Scott and I are in there a lot of the time, like most of the day. Like I remember there was a day a couple weeks ago, like there was a conversation going like on and off damn near all day.
Yeah.
Just hilarious. Like so much fun.
Yeah, we've been
No, I love
quiet in there lately because we've been working a lot on this and stuff. And
Yeah.
fucking, I had family come and disrupt my routine this weekend, which drove me absolutely insane. I love my family dearly, but my God, man, I hate having my routine broken. It's one of the, it's like,
Yep.
oh, I don't know what it is. And you can't even explain like what it is, because you can't explain like the fact that you came to visit or anything. Like, it's very kind and you're happy you're there, but you're like, fuck, I wish I could just go like 3 hours on my treadmill and go work out and not seem socially awkward. And then you guys look at me like I'm all weird because I'm sweaty now. Like, you know, but hey, it is what it is. It's nice to see family, especially after a fucking quarantine.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, God. Dude, and it's so much fun, especially when you see like your nieces and nephews, like especially when they grow up after, you know, you haven't seen them for a year or whatever, and they turn into like these little people and they come back and you're like, holy shit, this is so cool. My niece looked at me this weekend and she's like, so, do you want to hear the story about how the mosquito died? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Let's hear this story. She's like, you need 4 things to kill a mosquito. You need some salt, you need some tequila, you need a stick, and you need a rock. And I'm like, I'm like, you're 5. This is gonna be awesome. I'm like, so what do you do with this mosquito? Like, how do you kill this mosquito? She goes, okay, well, first of all, the mosquito is gonna drink the tequila because it's thirsty and it thinks it's water. I'm like, fair. She goes, then it's gonna look for something to, you know, deal with the fact that it's thirsty. So it's gonna go and try and get some sugar because it wants some sugar. But really, it's gonna lick the salt. And now that it's drunk, it's going to trip over the stick and hit its head on the rock and die. I'm like,
oh, left field. That was good.
I'm like, holy fuck, that's pretty awesome. You know, and then like my son, he all of a sudden levels up, and last night I'm doing something and he looks at me and I'm like, hey, bud, you got to go to sleep. And he proceeds to tell me a story about how someone robbed his baby, and there's a dragon that stole his song, and now he has to get the Vikings because they're taking over Paris.
Yeah.
So it just turned into some crazy fucking story. I love kids, man. They're awesome.
That's amazing. So good.
Oh, yeah. No, my 3 little ones, that, without a doubt, what I'm most is those 3 little hellions. Because I don't know how it can be perfect 3 times between the 2 boys and the girl, but little bits of her and little bits of me, and you can see it come out at times. And you know when you're most frustrated because they're doing exactly what they learned from you, and you're like, God dang it, that's a mini me, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, little sponges. They've taken everything.
They do, man. Yeah, you're a huge family guy. It's pretty obvious just even by just knowing you, even for 5 minutes, you like love your family with every ounce of your being. You know, do you test that to the sunlight? Is that just how you're built? Is it supplements you're taking? I mean, what the fuck, man? I wish there was like more quality of men with like that kind of love for their family, because like I feel like that's kind of like what's missing in the world. It's like these dudes that just full on love their family to death and would do anything for them.
Yeah. Me and my wife kind of did everything backwards. We met in college and she got pregnant. And I put out like normal. 30 applications in the oil field as soon as I heard her tell me that. And so we were pretty young. We were 19 when we had our first one. And
holy.
Yeah.
You brave bastard. Holy shit.
Well, I credit everything to and I feel bad if they ever listen to this podcast when they grow up, but I credit me being the way I am because of the first one. He's autistic. So that really teaches you how to love in a different way and learn how to teach him in a different way, because he perceives everything different than his brother and sister. So we had to do stuff a lot different with him. Tons of therapies. He's doing amazing now. I mean, I'm so proud of him. He's fixing to be 8 years old, and if you didn't know him or know his backstory, you would never tell he was autistic. He's he's the reason I'm such a good dad. No. He's a mini me. If he had brown or dark hair and a beard, you would think it's like a 4-foot Dakota running around. You know,
That's amazing.
Just like, but no, I can't explain it. I'm sure Scott feels the same way with his little boy. I mean, you don't ever picture you can love something that hard or that much to the point that you would do literally anything for. It's just a weird feeling. A good feeling, but it is weird.
Yeah, it is an odd feeling, and I mean, like, anybody who may be listening that doesn't have a kid, like, it's hard to put into words, but if I can put maybe like a real quick, crude, like, this is kind of how it feels. Like, you would happily jump in front of a bus, happily, no problem, no question to ask, just hey, you just fucking do it. You do it if that's what had to be done without a second guess or a motion or anything, right? Your kids are literally like everything. And it's funny, growing up, I told my parents, I was like, I don't get why you guys love me so much. Like, I don't understand how you put up with all my shit sometimes. Because, like, I honestly thought my parents should have beat me more. Like, that's what I thought growing up. Dude, I stole their vehicle. I used to egg cars and, like, fucking, I was just a little shit show. And, yeah, it's funny. Like, I honestly, I give them credit for loving me as much as they do. Like, my sister was a hellraiser. I was not as much of a hellraiser, but I was definitely a pain in their ass. And then my other sister, my oldest one, went to university, and she was like a real smart, fancy type of human being. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, it's been interesting because as a kid growing up, you don't understand it, and then when you become a parent, you're like, holy shit,
get it.
I gotta go reassess everything that ever happened because now I understand.
Well, I think for kids that grew up like me and you and Jordan, I'm not gonna speak for you, but my brother was a little worse than I was. He was a hellraiser. I definitely didn't let my parents sleep good at night. And I kind of feel bad for our kids because we did everything in the book, so they don't have a chance in hell to try to get something by us. Because, like, oh yeah, your eyes are bloodshot, or I can't even see the color because your pupils are so damn big. Like, let's go buy the home drug test, you little asshole. What are you still doing?
The home drug test, you little asshole.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's a great line. Oh man.
I know what you mean. Yeah, for sure. Like, when we grew up, there was no, it was just starting for me. There was some cell phones near the end, right? It was just kind of starting to come into play. But for the most part, like, if you snuck out, unless somebody had a fucking old camera that they're like, chink, and it fucking slid out. There was no pictures of it. There was maybe a note written in somebody's diary that you'd never see because you did something to piss them off that night. But it was never like a story that the whole world could see on your social media the next day. So it is interesting because my niece is now 13 or 14. So it's interesting, like what you're mentioning, I get to watch like my sister go through what you're talking about, how they can't really get anything past us. So my sister, because she's real crafty, my sister Vanessa was just a fucking absolute gem of a human being, but she did some crazy shit. She would sneak out and she would, have parties, and she was just a fun human being. But again, did things she shouldn't have. So my niece, when she was here, I was like, so do you ever try and sneak out of like your mom's house? Like, do you ever try and like go egg your friend's house or fucking TP somebody's car, like do something like a fucking juvenile would? And she's like, no, we have security cameras all over the house. At every window you go to get out, they know I'm going to get out. And if they go here, it tells them that the door opens. And if it goes here, and they control the Wi-Fi and they have it. So I was just like, holy shit, man. Like, I could only imagine how hard it is to rebel as a teenager and how frustrating that must be.
Yeah, and I'm kind of worried whether we're going to make it worse and they're just going to rebel that harder, when they finally get free. Like, oh shit, maybe I should crack a couple of beers open with him when he turns 13, like, hey, this is what alcohol tastes like. Yeah, it tastes like shit. People don't drink for the taste.
I have to say, I am not a fan of alcohol. I don't drink alcohol very often. It makes me a little too fucked up sometimes. And I get like one eye shot, like 45-year-old white woman wasted. And I'm like, hey, come here, Jordan. Like I'm all, fucked up and goofy looking. But like I got White Claw smashed the other day.
Thanks to shout out Black Belt for telling us about White Claws.
Oh hell yeah!
I thought those were only for like really sad single moms.
Yeah.
They're not. They're great for really lonely single dads. So
man.
I fucking went through like 9 of them. And I was so drunk, man. I'm sitting there in my bed, and it's like 3:00 in the morning. I got the spins, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh shit! I'm holding on to my pillow for dear life. I'm like, make it stop! Make it stop!
Oh man, that's amazing.
Oh
shit!
So funny.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is about White Claws. They're great.
No, they are good.
Are you more of a beer drinker? Are you more of like a fruity guy? What kind of? And I don't mean fruity as in like but I mean like, do you like those? I know for me, like if I'm doing shots, like it has to be a fucking fruity drop shot. It has to be something that's definitely not manly, but it'll get me fucked up real quick.
I love whiskey. That is the go-to. That is.
Jesus Christ! So you're a real man. Just all the way through.
I love the burn. You just go, you're like, I breathe fire.
I breathe fire.
But no, as kids, like high school and a lot of college, we were so poor you could only afford Natty Light and Everclear, so you were gonna die anyway. But no, I love whiskey. Beer makes me real gassy. I don't like to just constantly feel like I need a burp all the fucking time. So I'm just happy sipping on whiskey. And, opposites attract. My wife is the type that sits against the wall like a little wallflower looking at the whole party. And I'm in the middle doing a keg stand going, oh, like, let's go. I want everyone to be at my fucking level right now.
That's amazing.
So
good.
She probably kept me from dying a couple of nights.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fucking classic, man. So would you say the whiskey was your first love, like when you started drinking and whatnot? I don't know what age you were when you started drinking, but was that your first poison that you dealt with?
No, my first drip of alcohol was from my dad, Coors Light, and that's my favorite beer now, Yellow Bellies. But first whiskey was my uncle, and Jack Daniels, just original Jack Daniels, yeah. And I love Pendleton. That shit is so smooth. If y'all ever get a chance, Pendleton's amazing. I love it. You don't need to spend a lot of money to find a good whiskey. I've never liked Scotch though. I hate that shit, and I don't know why. It's like whiskey's fucked up cousin. I can't drink it. I hate it.
What do you think is like we all have that one cousin that we hate seeing? We see him and we're like, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you're like, fuck. Tom's here. And then Tom looks at you and you're like, hey Tom, and it starts bringing up weird shit.
Yep.
Remember that time I pissed my pants? You made me laugh so hard. You're like, yeah, it's been 14 years. Can you quit talking about it?
Oh, shit.
Oh man.
Oh. That's fucking funny. Oh, there's just some weird people out there. They don't know how to break into a conversation. But one thing
Yeah.
I've noticed is like, you're really good at breaking into a conversation. Do you ever, like when you find those individuals that are not very socially developed, like maybe they struggle in social situations, are you that butterfly that like helps them along? You're like, woo, you're part of the group, woo! Or are you just like, fuck, man, you're weird as shit? I'm you're weird as shit, dude. I'm that dude that if you're weird, I'm like, I'm going to fucking make you shit in a bag and we're going to throw it at a truck and then we're going to video this and I'm going to send this to your fucking girlfriend.
I can say that I'm 50-50 with it, but I'm usually pretty blunt with what I say. So I'm like, yeah, shit's going to get weird tonight and you're going to partake. And if you don't partake, we're going to duct tape you to a pole. You know, so either you can either laugh with us or we can laugh at you. So more often than not, that hasn't really failed me yet. Every if you want to call them weird person has had a hell of a time with our little group because we kind of forced them to be part of the group. But
okay.
always open arms, always full of love, but we do enjoy shit talking. That's our way of saying that we like you. If we wouldn't talk to you, then I don't fucking like you. So if I'm, awesome. it's kind of weird. If I'm mean to you, I like you.
That's awesome, man. That's fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
So that's kind of the mentality I take with Zeke, and I hope Zeke is going to listen to this at some point. That's why I leave you such unfortunate comments on your Instagram page. Because I like you. I think you're a funny gentleman. I'm just trying to play. I don't actually mean I want you to braid my back hair and lick my ear, but I mean, I'm going to write that.
Yeah. Take that to the bank.
Fucking, I love him, man. I love Zeke. He's funny.
He is he's a character in its own, just loud and opinionated, and you know, it's all I take it all as good from him, but it's hilarious.
The other half of the of your podcast there, our man Zeke.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, man.
I would like to see this guy in his Argentinian prime. Just rolling fuckers, you know, back in the day.
How did you and Zeke end up getting the podcast going? Like, did he contact you? Did you contact him?
Man, he was the one that got me into Discord, and
look
we
at
were
that
just
guy. Look at that handsome son of a bitch.
Fucking model, you know.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just started talking back and forth, and then I don't know how it got to it, but we just started sending voice messages instead of typing and learning more about each other. And he's this one random day said, "Hey man, this is kind of fun getting to know each other. Would you like to do it with other guys and start a podcast in our group, you know, and just start learning more about them?" I was like, hell yeah, I'm all for it. So it was kind of spur of the moment. We've never done anything like that. See, there's Scott, episode 3.
Hi, Scott.
Yep. I made him to watch.
I think I've listened to that episode twice now, like 2 or 3 times, because it's just hilarious.
It's so fucking funny.
Which is so funny. When I did your podcast, I was like, fuck, I'm talking too much. God damn it. I was all like nervous and shit. Now that I've done podcasts for a little while, I'm like, if I talk too much, they'll edit it out.
Yep.
The power of technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I commend Zeke and Jordan. I couldn't do that. Zeke does all the editing.
Oh, cool.
He's getting pretty damn good at it. I wouldn't even know where to fucking start with that. It was like, I'm there for the laughs.
Mm.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of like my job. I'm like, hey, Jordan, I don't know shit. And I know a few things. I know how to use like this and that, and I'm pretty basic. But I mean, for the most part, Jordan's our editing guru master in his terrorist cave there that everybody sees. He has a blue sheet. There's actually hostages behind that blue sheet. He just has them tied up and
You can't hear them.
you can't hear them. There's piles of cocaine behind Jordan. He tries to be pure and nice, but we all know he's really just a drunk gangster. Fucking ISIS overlord.
Oh no. Oh no.
But yeah, no, I mean, like I get that same feeling, and like that's totally. I do a few things to help out when I can, but I mean, like, yeah, for the most part, Jordan does our technical stuff, and I am just the laughs and the crazy personality that somehow brings up vibrators and turns it into a conversation.
There you go. What more do you ask for?
I don't know what else they want from me. I don't know what else they want from me.
Oh shit.
So, what do you guys got going on with your podcast coming up? Anything fun?
We just recorded our 7th episode a couple days ago. It was kind of a sign off to, we called it season 1, but just for us to regroup, kind of learn with the first 6 episodes from Nick, Mitch, you, Nick 2, Dave, and Kyle. Thank God I got them all. Fuck yeah, I remembered all their names.
Fuck yeah, look at you with your long-term memory.
Yes!
Yes!
I was worried I was going to forget one. But yeah, we're just going to take a little break and take everything we learned and what we can do better and start season 2 up pretty soon. We've got fucking 40-something people that we can interview, and now what was our main group, 8 to 10,000. So there's plenty, a lot of bearded brothers out there that would love to be on any podcast. And I saw y'all's little sheet. I mean, Jesus Christ, it was like 30 guys on that video. You know, I was like, hey, I know all of these fuckers, and I want to hear about all of these bastards.
Yeah, man, it was interesting when we got the podcast going. Like, I got a lot of people reached out, and I'm almost wondering if like some of them forgot they reached out, because like when we put out that video, some of them were like, I'm going to be a guest on your podcast. I'm like, do you not remember sending me that message being like, hey man, like I'd love to be on? And I'm like, yeah, for sure, at some point, like.
Yeah, do you not remember sending me that dick pic? You know, of course you're going to be on.
Of course you're going to be on. Fucking, after a response like that, I mean, I can't say no.
Yeah, you're in. You passed the test.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we got I think we're up to 40 something guests lined up for this podcast, which will be really fun.
God dang. Hell yeah, man. Y'all are killing it, dude.
Thanks.
And y'all are set up nice, man. This is legit. I love it.
Yeah, we're trying to do what we can. Jordan, again, the mastermind behind the whole goddamn
thing. Yeah. See, and that's Zeke. I'm rocking my phone right now on I mean, y'all can't see it, but a tripod, a fucking panda bear jar is holding. And, all right, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna show you. I've got
behind the scenes.
This is my lighting right now.
That's amazing. I love it.
This is my lighting. Yeah. You can get around some shit, but Zeke has he got his camera hooked up to his computer, and he went all legit with it. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. I don't know how.
Well, it's funny, like your setup is very simple, just like mine. Like I literally have my iPhone 11 set up on a tripod right now. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, like I was gonna have it like over here with the lighting and this is why I drive an automatic. Too much work. I like to smoke weed.
There you go.
So.
Oh, it's okay.
But through the power of editing,
Nobody else.
Jordan's editing in his terrorist cave. Dude,
I got you.
I'm gonna fucking die laughing. Like, oh, that was a great podcast. This is hilarious.
That doesn't leave here. I got you.
Shit.
Oh, that's funny.
God.
Oh man.
If I see you on the news for just a major arrest bus, I'm gonna laugh so goddamn hard. If I see Jordan fucking handcuffed, just bam, posted on the car.
I want my fucking picture to be like this.
What's up?
Just like a big shit-eating grin. I'm going to jail.
Oh, that would be so sad.
Like good side.
I don't want to do that.
My only request when I go to jail is please let me still have visitation with my son, and fucking on top of that, let me do my podcast with Jordan. Inside prison.
Beer Brothers behind the bars.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh fucking me. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Shit. So, my man, what do you got planned for the rest of your evening? Do you have anything fun, exciting going on? I know it's a Monday. Do you do anything fun, exciting in your evenings? Or are you just a real calm dude? You just like to calm her down and chill out?
Man, having kids definitely dialed me down, way down. So that's for me, that's family time. I'm not real. I made that deal with my wife with everything that we do and social media. Nighttime is for the family because she's off, I'm off, and the kids right before they go to bed. I mean, they're fun as hell. So
yeah, man,
that's when we watch movies, Disney movies. We play games and I wrestle them. That's the only way they actually get a good night's sleep is if I WrestleMania for like 30 minutes.
Amazing.
Me slamming them on pillows and tickling the shit out of them. And now,
totally, man.
So good.
Yeah, so that's my family time is nighttime.
Yeah, dude, that's one of my favorite things is making my kid into a fucking butt cannon.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, it just fucking walk around like I'm a butt cannon. It's fucking hilarious. I love that shit.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, we're trying to train up the little girl right now, and she's gonna kick her brother's butts when she gets older. That little girl has no damn fear. Like
no
I'm not
fear,
even.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about any boy needing her brothers or me to kick their ass because she probably will before we do.
Amazing.
So,
shit, that's dangerous. But you like that as a father. That's what you wish for as a father. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, she's gonna be the first one I teach how to shoot a gun. You know, before the boys. Yeah, she's gonna be packing in her little pull-up diaper and shit. He asked me for my juice. Pop, pop, pop.
Oh shit! Oh, no. Where's Timmy? Timmy's leg is just sticking out of the sandbox.
Timmy's gone.
That's hilarious, Jesus Christ!
Oh man,
no, that's fucking awesome though that she has that mentality so early on. That means it's definitely built right in.
Yeah, no, I don't know where she got it from. I'm freaking. Thank God they look like their mom. I mean, I feel sorry for our first one. He kind of looks like me, so I don't have high hopes for him when he gets older. That's why we had 3 of you. 3 chances of having grandkids. But for you, you're gonna have to, just be a jackass in college and jump into a pool in 40-degree weather, and hopefully she feels bad for you. That's what your dad did, But no, nighttime is definitely family time for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she's a nurse, so she works in another town 45 minutes away, and she works 12-hour shifts. Yeah, we were both lucky during this quarantine. Our jobs were essential.
Ooh.
So we haven't really stopped. It was really just the kids not going to school that kind of jacked with our schedules.
Mm.
What do you guys do for the kids and whatnot when you had to go to work and stuff? Were they just hanging out with grandma and grandpa, or a daycare, somebody that was just able to watch them? Because, I mean, I know that was a problem up here. A lot of people were just not able to go to work anymore because they didn't have childcare. A lot of the daycare shut right down. And then some people were still going to work, like you were saying, like you and your wife were essential. And that was the case up here for some people too.
Yeah, no, it was crazy, and thank God her parents live in the town where she works, and they're both retired, so that was our daycare.
Oh, that's cool.
So we got lucky twice. I don't know what the hell we would have done if things were different, or if they weren't retired. That would have sucked. I would have packed them up in my truck, and they would have went to the oil field with me every day, in little pouches. All right, come. But no, we got lucky down here, and they still haven't opened up near enough over here. I know Texas is opening up everything pretty much now.
I'm not sure. I know where Jordan lives. He lives in Toronto. They're just talking about getting to phase 2 for the city of Toronto. And I know out here in BC, I think we're going to open up to phase 3 next week sometime. Ooh. So that means that you can, so we're starting to get back to normal life, but it's, I don't think we'll ever actually go back to normal.
Yeah, me either.
I think it's a little interesting with how everything changed. Like now you can go to school at home. Now you can work from home for the most part. A lot of people are finding they can work from home. So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't need car payments. Oh, I don't need this. I can have all my shit delivered to me now. Like, this is pretty cool. So it wouldn't surprise me if everybody becomes incredibly introverted.
Yeah, because of it. Because of the 2020 quarantine. But
Jordan, what was that thing you found? Jordan found something a few days ago on every 100 years there's a pandemic.
Oh yeah.
And he showed me and I mean I thought 1820 or whatever it was horrible because everybody shit themselves to death. But they literally shit themselves to death. But it's amazing just kind of how things all worked. Every 100 years it seems to get smashed.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Give me a second here. Okay, cool. Let's go screen share.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. It showed every 100 years or something like that.
So 1720, 18th century Great Plagues, which I think is so Black Death was, but then there was a major plague in 1720, and then something else in 1820, and then I think cholera was 1820.
Then it went to the Spanish flu.
Yeah, but it's consistently every 100 years, every time there was a 20, for the last 300-400 years, which is crazy.
2120 is gonna suck ass. I don't know what they're gonna do. That's gonna be our kids. Good luck. Or it might not even be them. That's gonna be our grandkids, huh?
Yeah,
because 100 years from now.
So if I were to give you a crystal ball, Dacotah, what do you think the future looks like here for the world in the next little while? Do you think shit's going to get more crazy? Do you think things going to calm down? Do you think we're heading towards a zombie apocalypse or World War III, or should we all just start living our best lives? What do you think is going on, brother?
Oh, shit. You hit me with a lot. Zombie apocalypse, I would like to be a part of it. Just to, kind of live the Walking Dead. That would be just a blast to me, I feel like.
Are you going to be the guy with the barbed wire baseball bat?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Fucking hitting people with a bat.
The way you said bat and just bat. You're just fuck yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah. Love that. Man, I think we will slow down and kind of get back to a normal schedule, but I think it was too easy for the whole world to be shut down. In my opinion, I just don't ever foresee it getting back to where we were.
Okay.
I feel like there will be more of these. They found out that they could do it so easy, and that I feel like they could shut down the world whenever they felt like. I don't know.
Interesting.
Getting a little bit conspiracy theory here, but I don't know. I just think it was a lot of lives got ruined. I understand, it's sad to see all those people die, but I almost feel like that's nature's way of healing, really. These pandemics and tsunamis, hurricanes, kind of. I don't know if you're religious or not or anything, but maybe God's way of thinning the herd. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say that a minute ago, but didn't want to sound like an asshole. So I'm glad I can now sound like an asshole with you.
I don't really give a shit. So yeah,
exactly.
Go ahead, be an asshole with me.
But and I agree, and I don't mean you're really an asshole, but I kind of thought the same thing. Like it might just be the thinning the herd, like maybe we got too many people, and this is just a byproduct of having too many people. Maybe this was something that was man-made that somebody shot out there, and we watched the whole world change. It's been interesting how everything's happened one after another, though, for 2020. Like, it hasn't been a normal year. No. And I don't know if anybody remembers 2019, but everybody was so stoked when that shit was over. They were like, oh, this year sucked a bag of dicks. Like, from big to small, black, Asian, Muslim, white, doesn't matter. It sucked them all. They all sucked. And then they were like, 2020 is going to be the shit. And 3 days into 2020, everybody's like, can I have 2019 back?
Yeah, like, oh my God.
Like, everybody
was
nothing. Yeah, it was nothing. We're just getting, going for 2020.
Yeah,
so.
like I saw a meme like on Instagram, like probably like a month ago. It's like it has like a timeline of like all the things that have happened so far, and then it's like July, Planet of the Apes, like August, zombie apocalypse, September, dinosaurs come back, like all these different like horrible things. Like January 2021, the world just ends. I was like, oh please no.
Yeah, just gone.
Jesus
no,
but
I do think there's some good things that came about it. I mean, how Scott said, people are starting to learn that they can do way more with less, being quarantined like they are. I mean, it kind of sucks. You don't have that person-to-person contact anymore or all the time like you used to have. But we can still, I mean, this is nothing compared to if they actually took our houses and shit and cut utilities and you really had to live, to survive. But
Jesus Christ. Could you imagine? They don't even need to take away our houses, bro. All they gotta do is take away our internet for a week. Imagine if they just turned off the internet for a week.
No.
They're just like, you know what, fuck these people. Fuck them. And they just turn it off. They just walk over. Fuck you guys. No internet for a week. No Wi-Fi. You imagine none of us would be able to talk to each other, like all of our work friends and everything that we do together. Like, none of us would communicate. I might come searching for you. I might just like, come on, legend, let's go. He's like, Dad, where are we going? I'm like, I don't know. We're gonna go find the boys.
Honestly, like if it came to that point, I think I would be desperate enough to like figure out a way to like get to more people, because I would go crazy if I was just like stuck in the house like with nothing really to do. Because like I've spent most of my time like since I've been done school like editing videos, like on Zoom, like doing this podcast. Like if there's no internet, like I would be miserable. I would be so bored. Like I might get desperate enough to like hike to Vancouver and like
oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think there's pros and cons to everything.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I'd probably be devastated that porn wasn't around. Being a single dad, that's how we survive. I'm not gonna lie, man, it's tough out here. There's only a population of 3,000 people, and as much as I like old women, I do not feel like liking them like that.
Okay, so you're not there yet.
I'm not there yet. Give me another 2 years.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Okay.
He says so confidently.
Yeah,
Give me 2 years. Let me save up some money for a jet ski. I'll go pick up some old biddies on the lake. I'm going to hip in the water.
What's up?
You're going to break in the water.
Gonna break your hip.
Break the other side of your hip. Hey,
Oh,
why can't
grandpa
the grandma
style.
walk anymore, but she's smiling.
Happy.
boy.
Yeah,
Oh.
let it happen.
Why is grandma's fake teeth? Why are her dentures missing the first 6 front teeth?
Oh no.
Fuck.
Oh, I have zero regrets of the jokes for the elderly. Oh shit!
I think they love to hear them. I think like the outwards they're like just disgusted and they give us the weird faces, but inside they're like, oh, they're still talking about us, you know, and these crude jokes are made.
We still have some relevance.
Yeah, dirty jokes.
We're gonna get to the Brand Viking convention next year. It's just gonna be like I'm gonna be like looking for Scott, and he's just gonna be in the center of a crowd of old ladies and gay dudes.
Shit.
Oh shit! That is not. That is not where I want to be, but I'll also be standing with a sign being like, sign up to my OnlyFans. Sign up to my OnlyFans.
Oh no.
I'm willing to sell some of my pride for a good chunk of money.
There you go.
Of course. You gotta be able to know where you're willing to make these ends and these cuts and these moves.
Yeah. Where's the line?
Oh man,
Oh. My man Jordan, is there anything that you want to touch on with our man Dacotah here?
I've covered a lot.
We have.
Yeah, we're at 2 hours and 11 minutes right now.
Oh hell yeah!
This has been.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited for episode 9 when you and Zeke are both on. I think the plan is to do that like this upcoming Sunday. That's gonna be hilarious. Like to get the two podcasting duos. Like I'm really excited for that.
It's gonna be fun, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to expect. Like I could have died from suffocation from laughing on this one.
Yeah, honestly.
So true.
Yeah, add a fourth in there, like who knows?
Especially a personality like Zeke. I mean, it could go either way.
Yeah.
So,
It can just start getting crazy.
yeah.
And I love it because he's so good at every now and again. Like I love the way he'll like if the conversation's getting a little crazy, like, all right, well, we're gonna come back to normalcy. And I was like, no, motherfucker, this is my podcast. We are not going back.
We're saying it weird.
That's gonna be hilarious if that happens. Oh man.
Yeah.
I remember talking to him the other day, and he's just like, "Yeah, man, I can't be on there for more than an hour. I hate the sound of my own voice." And Jordan and I are like, "It's gonna be a lot longer than an hour."
Yeah, he's not getting out after an hour. It's not gonna happen.
Well, man, 2 hours. You said over 2 hours already.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even feel like that.
No, it's flown by. Like, and that's the thing. Like Scott and I have said that like on every episode. Like our first one with Phil was like damn near 4.5 hours long, and like
Jesus,
even that flew by. It was just hilarious the entire time, and like so much fun. And like every episode has been like that so far, and it's just been awesome.
The only downfall to amazing podcast is that your bladder wants to explode and it hates you.
Yeah, you're like, okay, bye guys. Oh, bam.
sometimes like I get off the podcast and Jordan and I still have to do some business and talk about some stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'll be right back, man. I gotta piss. And I'm in there for a bit. And I'm like, I almost have like, I now have different classification for my pisses. Like, oh, I gotta go piss real quick. Okay, I gotta take a decent piss. And then there's the podcast piss, which is like a good, like, you're peeing and you think you're done, and then you keep peeing and you're like, I shouldn't be able to pee this much, and then you keep peeing and you're like, okay, this is concerning.
I think that happened to me after either Phil or Black Belt. One of those two. Like, I just had to piss like a racehorse after that, and it was like,
it's a good thing
what the heck?
For that one.
I would just hold an empty Gatorade bottle because, I mean, you're only seeing from like chest here on you guys. So just, oh, yeah, all right, let's keep going. And you fuck with the people, and you also bring a yellow Gatorade, but you gotta be careful. No. And you open it up and you just start chugging, and they're like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Except
I want Scott to do it on his next guest.
Oh,
I think that would be priceless.
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah. Our next one is Nick Hitman Hibbits, which I think we're doing that on Friday. So that's.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, Scott, that
Scott's
might have to happen. Yeah,
I know. He's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get Nicky," and then just spit it everywhere. What the fuck? I drank the wrong one.
Yeah, it's all fun and games till you mix them up.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's a serious trouble.
Nick is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it. God, yeah, he was our first guest.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. He was hilarious.
Yep.
And we only got to talk to him for like an hour. We didn't even scratch the surface.
Yeah, man, he's a funny human being. Like, all his skits he does, like his last video he put up, dude, it killed me. I had to replace my heart after. It hurt too much because I laughed so hard. I fucking died. When he's like, hey, you want me to kiss you? And dude's just like, fucking maybe.
Honestly. It's like,
God, man.
Oh. God,
no, I love the grandpa skits. Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
I've learned so much from Nick, just being Nick, like just being him. Like now it's contagious. Like I call people babies and shit. Like I can't not. It's fucking too funny.
No, I've actually scrolled through his whole page to just see like where he started and where he's at now, and it's the same Nick.
This photo kills me every time.
God. Total diva.
Fucking, I love Nick, man. What a
badass fisherman. I know.
Yeah, he's great. Jordan's pulling up the most unkind photos of Nick right now. For all those on the audio version, Jordan's being a dickhead. But these are fucking hilarious.
But like that's him. Just like a funny, ridiculous dude.
Yeah, man, that's the best way to say funny and ridiculous. That really does sum it up.
Oh, I have like almost those same shorts. That's awesome.
America.
Fuck, you guys could be twins in a picture.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Nick's a good. What the fuck is that? What a fucking guy. Oh shit, man.
Oh man.
God, that's good.
So
he's
good.
Creative, man. I love him for his creativity. I mean, I love him regardless, but just his creativity, what he does and how he does it. He's such a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
So good. Oh man. But yeah, so he's Friday's episode, and it's just gonna that one. I think
I think has the capability to beat the current record of 4.5 hours.
Oh yeah, if you let it go, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
if we let it go. But the man does have a family, Jordan.
true.
The man has a family.
Yeah.
We're at 7.5 hours. Nick is like, I miss my family, guys. We're like, no, keep going.
7.5 hours. If we get to 7.5 hours, I might need a new computer because mine might legitimately explode.
I don't remember what my kid looks like.
I hope to God we never do a 24-hour charity podcast or something, because if we do, man, don't you give me that look, you son of a bitch. Don't you give me that look, you son of a bitch, Jordan. I know where you live. To a pretty decent extent. I know the region. I will go and wait at every gas station until you get thirsty, you son of a bitch.
That would be hilarious.
Just standing outside of the gas station by your house, you're like, Scott, I'm like, I found you. Oh shit. Fucking, that's funny.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
That would be funny to watch.
But my man, I know you have a family and whatnot, so I don't want to keep you. If you want to keep going, we can keep going, but I don't want to keep you if you got things to go and do.
Oh no, I'll keep going for now, man. I thought she would be back already. She's not back, so we can keep rolling if you want to roll.
Oh baby.
Yeah, man, I'm all good. I just didn't want to take up your time. For those listening, I may be perverted and fucked up, but I'm still nice.
I am loving this with you guys. This is
so much fun. Oh man,
this is
I gotta ask you, Dacotah, because you're a handsome man. I know you. I mean, I'm looking at you right now. I'm sure you've had all kinds of women throw themselves at you. What was your game? What was your game when it came to ending up married and whatnot? Did you play it like I'm just like a real sweet guy? This is just who I am, or did you have like the hey, I'm fucking awesome. Fucking watch me do this beer stand. Were you like what were you like, my man? Because me, I'm horrible at picking up women. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it's like, hey, how you doing? Dick pic. Okay, they blocked me on to the next one.
Oh God. Man, what helped me the most, and I don't know why, I've never gotten really nervous talking to women, so I would just always try to talk to them like I was talking to one of y'all. So you have all these, how you said, either the puff out their chest thinking they're cocky assholes, and then the
totally
they've already got
egomaniacs.
hundreds of girlfriends. Yeah, the egomaniacs, and then they've already got 100 girlfriends. They don't need another one with a beard, you know. So trying to be like all polite, like, oh, I'll get you your beer all night, and yeah, you can find that nice middle ground, and then fuck them up with some humor along the way. It's money, you know. Just make a fool of yourself. Yeah, just being a jackass. That story I told you, I think that's how I won my wife over. I mean, it was cold as shit in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and her and her friend came over to one of our parties, and they stayed a little bit later. We were playing beer pong, just fucking around. She was, of course, timid and shy, and I'm just yelling and having a great time. And I was all, let's jump in the pool right now. And she saw my ass climb drunk as shit over the fence, which was not graceful, and I jumped into a pool, and I get, and you know what cold weather does to men, and I didn't give a shit. I just faced him like, yep, this is me. Like, either take it or leave it. And she took it. So we started dating after that. So
amazing.
Just be yourself, and the right one will love the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking hilarious, man. Oh my God.
That's incredible.
Yeah. No, I just think I always have a good time and try to make them laugh.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking
I like
funny.
them. I don't know what she liked about that night. She liked something. It panned out.
That's all right, man. Fucking. You know, it's funny when I met my ex-wife, I told her a story probably within like the first 3 hours of knowing her. The story about how I got fired from the marketing company because I filled up the iPad with dick pics.
Oh my god!
Such a funny story. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I worked for a marketing company. I had a buddy. He was like, "Hey man, you got to move down here. There's like real beautiful women in Kelowna, which is one of the main tourist destinations, BC." And I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck, cool, yeah, let's go do this. Let's whatever kind of job offer you got, man, I'll take." And he's working down at some telemarketing company where he was selling TELUS products door to door, so like fiber optic internet and shit like that. And it didn't pay very well. But the company I worked for the 3 weeks that I was there gave me an iPad. Fucking dumb motherfuckers. Don't
mistakes have been made.
Mistakes have been made. Don't give me an iPad that I don't know. I will. The property on there is definitely mine, but I take no responsibility for my own actions. And over the span of 3 weeks, like, I was living in an apartment with 2 or 3 of my friends that were also working at this place, and they're like, "What are you going in the bathroom for? Like, you go in there for a long time." I'm like, "I'm literally just going in there and taking dick pictures because I know they're gonna fire us soon, and I want to give this thing back filled with dick pictures." So when I gave it back to them, it had just under 4,000 dick pics, and just like the same dick pic, like this, but just slightly different angles. Just like a little bit over here. Oh, we're gonna hide the vein this time and go over here. No, we're gonna bring it back. Like, it just kept doing that for fucking weeks.
Did you say 4,000?
Yeah, about just under 4,000. Yeah, 4,000. That fucking button got tapped a lot. Yeah, brah, for sure, brah. And when they fired us, they're like, you know, you got to give the tablet back to Kevin, who was our last friend that was still working there before we got fired. And they're like, you got to give the tablet back to Kevin. Kevin's like, please sanitize that thing. So I did, gave it back to him, but they didn't clear the tablet. So the next kid that got it got a tablet with 4,000 dick pics in it.
No.
Yeah, and the thing was, when you had this tablet, you're going door to door. They wanted you to go into the group chat and be like, "Hey guys, like, take a screenshot of whatever sale you just made," and be like, "Here you go. Here's my sale I just made." But he went into the gallery version, so you can see all the other pictures right beside the one that you just took.
Yeah.
So he takes a picture of that, and it's like, sale picture. Dick, 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 dick. He sent it right to the company chat, and next thing you know, it was like, "Hi, buddy." Next thing you know, it was like, I don't know, 200 employees.
Yeah.
So it was hilarious, man.
I don't know what I would do if I knew that was just out for any new human being to get to see 4,000 of my member. You know, like, "Oh yeah, hey, how you doing? I'm Scott."
The sad part about it was there was a girl in the company that I thought was really pretty, and she never messaged me after that. I was really hoping that was going to be like the one thing that she's like, "I should message this guy. He seemed half okay." I was really hoping that was going to be the case. It was not. She never called. She never called.
Yep. That's so funny. Oh man.
Well, my man, I see you got your little ones home now. We should probably let you go.
They just got here. Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, I just wanted to thank you for your time tonight and whatnot. It's very sweet of you to take any time out of your personal life just to shoot the shit and laugh and fuck around with us and stuff. So thank you very much, and I appreciate the fact that I probably have a 6-pack now after laughing. It's the best laugh I've ever had in my life.
Honestly, though.
Well, thank y'all seriously for having me. This was a blast. I loved
so much fun
from start to finish. Y'all are awesome, dude. I mean,
thanks so much.
That kicked the week off right for me. It's gonna be I don't care what happens. It's going to be a good week.
Amazing.
Can't start like this and end shitty. It's going to be good. Yeah.
Well, thank
So
you
good.
again, my friend. I appreciate it. Jordan, is there anything you want to spiel about before we go? You're good at this part. I'm not.
Fair. Yeah, so Dacotah has a Beard Struggle discount link, which I'll have linked down below, as well as his social media pages if you want to check him out. So I'll have all that linked down below, as well as our social media pages. Yeah, that's all for me. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. Fantastic. I will have a Dacotah shirt up soon. Everybody go and check out our merch shop. I want to see Jordan's face on people's chests. I want to see my face on people's chests. And we just love you guys. So fucking Team Jordan, Team Scott, Team Dacotah. I love you guys. Dacotah, I love your face. You're fucking gorgeous. Love you all.
So good.
Thank you so much.
Incredible.